In the trailer for Spider-Man: Brand New Day, a lot of things are happening, and after watching it, you probably have a ton of questions. And now, the full plot of the movie has reportedly leaked, and honestly, this might be the craziest Spider-Man story we've ever seen. So in this video, we're going to break down some major questions, like how MJ will remember Peter, how Ned will remember him, how Bruce Banner turns back into the Hulk, and also how Peter ends up getting the Venom symbiote suit. First, let's do a quick recap. In Spider-Man: No Way Home, Dr. Strange cast a spell that erased Peter Parker from everyone's memory. Basically, no one remembers that a person named Peter Parker ever existed in their life. After that, Peter writes a letter to MJ explaining the truth about their relationship, that they knew each other, spent time together, and shared so many memories. But when he sees MJ injured, he decides not to tell her the truth, choosing instead to protect her by staying away. Up until that point, everything was clear. We all thought MJ wouldn't have a role in the next movie. But now, in the trailer, it's shown that after 4 years, MJ is slowly starting to remember Peter. At the beginning of the trailer, we see Spider-Man stalking MJ and Ned on social media. MJ is enjoying her life at MIT, but her behavior feels a little off. When she watches Spider-Man receiving the key to the city, her expression suggests something feels familiar. And then we see photos of Spider-Man in her apartment, clearly showing that she's researching him, and maybe her memories are starting to come back. Now here's where things get interesting. The main villain of the movie is Miles Warren, also known as the Jackal. He has created a genetic virus that allows him to mind control people and jump from one body to another. That's why, in the trailer, we see people behaving strangely. The Jackal's ultimate goal is to bond with a powerful host body, because his own body is dying. To achieve this, he makes a deal with a ninja group called the Hand. The Hand is searching for a new leader, and the Jackal manipulates them into believing that their mythical beast has returned and needs a host. And right in the middle of all this enters Jean Grey. Jean Grey has just recently gained her powers, and without Charles Xavier, she doesn't know how to control them. She's alone in this world, on the run, and struggling to survive. The Punisher tries to help her and brings her to the Department of Damage Control, but instead, she gets captured. There, we're introduced to a technology that can suppress mutant powers, similar to the device Bruce Banner uses to control the Hulk. However, the head of Damage Control, William Mathers, turns out to be a villain who hunts mutants. Now, the mind control scenes in the trailer are mainly caused by the Jackal's virus, but Jean Grey's psychic powers are also going to play a huge role. Jean Grey can read Peter's mind, and through that, she can potentially restore MJ and Ned's memories. Since MJ and Ned are already researching Spider-Man, their suppressed memories could be fully reactivated with Jean's help. We might even get an emotional moment where Peter and Ned's muscle memory kicks in, and they unknowingly perform their secret handshake. And in MJ's case, something in Peter's apartment might trigger all her memories to come back. Now let's talk about Bruce Banner. In the trailer, he's wearing a device that prevents him from turning into the Hulk, but the Jackal possesses him, and Jean Grey removes the wrist device, causing Hulk to return and go on a rampage, similar to how Wanda controlled Hulk in Avengers: Age of Ultron. Here, both Jean Grey and the Jackal influence his mind. Now comes a major twist. The Jackal tries to possess Peter as well, but he fails to fully control him. Instead, the virus mutates inside Peter's body, enhancing his powers, giving him organic webs, increased strength, sharper senses, and a stronger spider sense. The Hand wants Peter to become their leader. Scorpion appears with a new suit that includes a synthetic venom, and during their fight, he stings Peter, weakening him. Eventually, the Jackal manages to control Peter and presents him as the new leader of the Hand. But here's the twist. Peter and Jean Grey had already planned for this. Jean suppresses the Jackal and traps him inside Peter, preventing him from jumping between bodies. After that, Spider-Man regains his full powers and fights the Hand, with help from Jean Grey, the Punisher, and Daredevil. But the story isn't over yet. Tombstone has a kill switch for the Jackal's virus, and when he activates it, Peter starts weakening again. Jean realizes that the Jackal is still inside Peter, so Peter makes the ultimate decision to sacrifice himself in order to destroy the Jackal. He goes to MJ, tells her the truth, and then visits Aunt May's grave where he prepares to die. And that's where the movie ends, on a deeply emotional note. But in the post-credits scene, the Venom symbiote crawls onto Peter's grave and brings him back to life, just like in the comics. And after that, we'll likely see Spider-Man return directly in Avengers: Secret Wars, this time with the symbiote suit. So overall, Jean Grey is going to play a massive role in this movie, from restoring memories to bringing back the Hulk, and completely changing Spider-Man's life. Now, the big question is, will MJ remember Peter on her own, or with Jean Grey's help? And how legit do you think this leak really is? Let me know in the comments.